You're such a commitment-phobe.
You're full of shit. But I love you anyway.
I love you too. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Mick.
And I'm Stephanie.
And you're watching the Poly Vlog. Today we're going to talk about commitment avoidance. Get back over here. Commit to this relationship.
Can I just commit to the video?
We'll commit to you guys today. How's that sound? The question is whether or not polyamory is an excuse in order to avoid commitments of any kind of long-term intimacy. And the answer to that is complex. It's twofold. You know, on one hand, it is absolutely possible, but on the other hand, it's absolutely not possible. Initially, intimacy avoidance and commitment avoidance is possible if you are a solo polyamorist. You can have multiple relationships by keeping everybody at arm's length and not have any kind of real depth of intimacy with anybody. Never really letting anybody in.
You did that for a while.
I did that for a little while. After my divorce, I had a little problem with some intimacy. And so all of my relationships were very superficial. To be kind of successful in any kind of long-term committed relationship requires some real trust and intimacy. Therefore, long-term relationships cannot have committophobes.
In a polyamorous relationship, you commit to exploring more emotions than you would in a monogamous relationship.
Things like fear, jealousy, insecurities.
Yes, exactly. In a lot of ways, a polyamorous relationship requires more commitment than a monogamous relationship. Because in a monogamous relationship, you don't tend to explore or even tolerate negative emotions like jealousy, fear, insecurities.
So what you're saying is, in a monogamous relationship, it's actually easier to be committophobic and hide your problems with intimacy and commitment than it would be in a polyamorous dynamic?
Yes, exactly. In a monogamous relationship, if you are feeling jealous, you tend to either ignore it, the relationship will break up, or you start a fight and you just shut that shit down.
Wow. See, I guess I've never really experienced it too much. I've always been in non-monogamous relationships even since I was a young man, so I don't have a lot of experience with not dealing with it.
Then if you have any sort of fears or insecurities in a monogamous relationship, you tend to think that your relationship is over. Being in a polyamorous relationship, you have to confront all of those feelings and you have to explore all of those feelings head on. And you can't do that if you aren't committed to the relationship.
What I've experienced is that any kind of long-term meaningful relationship requires trust. Trust requires intimacy, and intimacy requires commitment. So if you're going to be successful, even at monogamous relationships, you are going to need a certain amount of commitment in order to have any kind of long-term significant relationship.
A good example would be at the beginning of our relationship.
Okay.
You had a hard time trusting me because I would not commit and I kept trying to run.
Yeah, I actually had to squash that shit a few times.
But once I committed and I told you I wasn't going to go anywhere,
I began to trust you more.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I never thought of it that way before. Mind blown. So that's pretty much it. Solo polyists can get away with it for a while as long as they don't seek any kind of trust foundation to build with anybody. But for serious, long-term, successful relationships, you're going to have to be able to commit in order to trust the people that you're involved with.
Thanks so much for watching. If this was your first time viewing the Poly Vlog, please click the subscribe button. If you'd like to see more, click the link at the top for more videos. We post here weekly in our effort to improve the practice of polyamory as a healthy lifestyle and promote conscious, loving choices.
Please check the description box below for links to our website, our Twitter and Facebook pages. Then head over to Facebook and follow us on there. Until next time, love abundantly.